Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Thanks for joining us. I'm confident that many of us can look back and recall that extracurricular activity or hobby, sport that just grabbed our attention and we wanted to be the best that we could be in it. When I was a kid, it was buck dancing for me. I was dancing with Robert Spicer and the Dixon County Buck Dancers, but for others, it could be something that wasn't necessarily an athletic sport, but for some, yes, that is the case. Well, I'll tell you, there are two seasons that we all seem to be captivated with what we see on TV, and that is both in your summer and winter Olympics. Well, today we are touching a little bit on figure skating. In fact, figure skating is one of the most popular winter Olympic sports. And some of the benefits that come along with this for those youngsters that get involved include social skills and building on emotional maturity. It is estimated even that there are almost 23,000 figure skaters in the United States alone. Well, today I have the pleasure of sharing my sit down with three young aspiring figure skaters and their coach. It was a delight to learn what drew these young ladies to the ice. So stick around with us to hear more about training, competition, friendship, and future aspirations for these young ladies. But first, our headlines, and then as we go to break, my conversation with one of our skaters' moms to get her take on her daughter's dedication and seeing her pick up on the sport at such a young age.
The holidays bring us together. Gather with loved ones where over 1 million lights shine and celebrate a beloved tradition at Cheekwood's Holiday Lights. Explore the festive mansion decorated by former White House florist Laura Dowling and wander through a magical wonderland of gardens aglow. Get into the spirit of the season at Cheekwood.
Nashville's Nutcracker, presented by Nashville Ballet, returns to TPAC November 29th through December 28th. This holiday season, audiences will journey with Clara and the Nutcracker Prince through Nashville's history and the land of sweets. Tickets on sale at NashvilleBallet.com.
We're with Mckenna Fuller's mom, and you know, when it comes to these competitions, what is it like for you as a mom before it happens?
There's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it, a lot of practicing and watching her practice, watching her learn new moves, and then watching her learn the routine, and then seeing her compete and watching it all come together, and a lot of nerves. Hopefully it goes well.
I can only imagine the nerves as a mom, because you just want them to do the best. When she doesn't maybe have the best skate, how do you help her go through those emotions?
We've watched a lot of Olympians and a lot of competitions at the Olympic level, and Olympians fall. And so we just reassure her, like, hey, if you fall, it's okay. It's not about the fall, it's about how you get up. And I think that that's a lesson in life too, you know? So
100%.
She's at 10, she's learning life lessons that are bigger than skating. But
you are so right.
Yeah. But yeah, so she has fallen before in competition, and it stinks, and you're like, oh no. But it's watching her get back up and finish the routine without letting it take over.
You know, it's so cool. So as I mentioned at the top of the show, Mckenna started skating at 4.5. That's where she found that first interest.
Yes.
You know, when you guys were at that birthday party where it was a skate party, and then she gets done and she's like, I want to do this. What those initial thoughts for you and your husband?
We were excited. I'm from Michigan, so figure or ice skating in general is you know, kind of bigger up there. But at the time she was in gymnastics, and I think everybody, you know, all little girls do gymnastics or dance, and this was something different. And we like to foster, you know, learning anything, you know, anything she wants to do, we're you know, fine with. And so it was exciting, and she did these the Learn to Skate classes. So here at Fordyce they have the Learn to Skate classes, and they can do, it starts off at very, very basic beginner levels. And she just kept going. And we weren't, initially it was just like, oh, she'll go and she'll learn how to skate and then we can come do the public skates for fun. We never saw this happen.
What was that moment where you're like, okay, this is more than just, a kind of interest. This is something she wants to grow with?
It got to the point in the Learn to Skate classes where we were being approached by coaches for her to take private lessons, them seeing the potential in her. And so it was like at that point where we were like, okay, well, and we had conversations with her and we've talked with her all along. If this becomes something that you're not having fun doing, let us know, like it's okay. But it's not a cheap sport. It's a very expensive sport. But seeing how much she loves it and how dedicated she is and how hard she works at it, it makes it worth it. So.
For your family, I mean, you have so much going on. There's a lot of families that have things going on. How do you continue to push forward to make sure that she's getting what she needs with the skating and what she wants to do with this?
Yeah, we've, when it comes to our family budget, this is part of it, and we make cuts in other places. We don't take family vacations. Obviously right now with Cora we can't anyways, but we don't do a lot of extra stuff. We just try to make those cuts where we can to make it work, and it just becomes part of the budget, and we figure it out as we go. And we're about to spend close to $400 for new skates, and so it is what it is, and we have to figure it out as we go, and
I can see the joy and excitement in your eyes as you're talking about her skate and her love for it. What do you think the future holds for her skating?
Gosh, if you ask Mckenna, she'll tell you the Olympics, but I try to be reasonable. I know that the amount of skaters there are and the amount of skaters that actually get to that point, I'm not saying she doesn't have the potential, but I'm a realist. But I feel like she has the passion, she has the dedication to really take it wherever she wants it to do. Whether it's skating, synchronized skating in college, or Disney on ice, or I know that there's people that figure skate on cruise ships. So really, the world is her oyster, I guess. She can take it as far as she wants it, really.
Oh, cannot wait to see where she ends up. Thank you so much, Katie, for sharing that. Speaking of asking Mckenna what she hopes to do with her skating, we're going to do that when we come back. We're also going to sit down not only with Mckenna, but with her coach, Erica Barlow. So if you have an interest or you have a child with an interest in figure skating, well, we may be able to answer some of your questions. Katie, thank you so much. Appreciate you so much for giving us your time. Yeah. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
When I think of Delta Dental now, it's really their core values. It's the volunteerism, it's the giving back.
Delta Dental gives us 10,000 toothbrushes. So twice a year, we have these children that are going home with food that may not have weekend food, and they're also getting a toothbrush.
The best partners are the ones that truly do impact the community together, and I don't think there's a better example of that than our partnership with Delta Dental.
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy Bee,
I'm ready, guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome back. We just talked to Mckenna's mom about her competitions and about her skating, but you know what? Now we're sitting down with Mckenna. Not only that, we have Olivia, we have Eva with us, all part of Team Barlow with Erica Barlow. First off, you guys, thanks so much.
Awesome, thanks for having us.
Well, you're very welcome. First off, Mckenna, well, all of you, how much do you love skating?
So much.
A lot.
So much.
Is it fun to be able to skate with friends?
Yes.
Oh, how sweet.
It just adds a little cherry on top to skating.
I love how you put that. That is awesome. Okay, Erica, for you, you've been teaching since the age of 16.
Yes.
What is it like for you to be able to share your passion, your love, your knowledge of skating with, younger ones?
I absolutely love it. I always say it sounds so cliche, but like I get to do what I love as a job, and like that's just so rewarding. Like I know cliche, but like I absolutely love it. Like I work with a variety of skaters from 5 all the way up through high school and through college, and this age group right here, I do have to say, is probably my favorite because they grow and they learn and they're like so excited and so eager to like be with their friends and get better and things like that, which is just so rewarding.
How nervous do you get when you prep for competitions? Mckenna, let's start with you.
I get nervous, and sometimes I go like this to get ready.
Okay.
I kind of place my legs on the sides, on the top, on the bottom, everywhere to get me ready, and then we kind of me and my friends possibly take deep breaths with each other. We give each other's hugs, and we say good luck, and then we go on and we just do great.
What is your favorite part about the competition?
Probably skating and the placements, because it's just really exciting, and probably being proud that you made podium or you did really good, and being proud of your friends as well.
Oh, I love that. Now, Olivia, how long have you been skating?
I've been skating for 3 years.
Okay, and how old are you now?
I'm 10.
10, okay. What is your favorite part about competition?
My favorite part about competition is seeing all the surprised looks especially when it's a clean run through. I love to see how people sometimes look up to me, and one time I was skating and the person started my music, and the people sitting on the bleachers in the back, they were just like, oh my gosh, I love this song. So I just love making people happy, and I love just skating for a lot of people because it makes me really happy.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Now, Eva, what about competition day for you?
I love it so much. I love the glitter, the makeup, and it's just really fun because a lot of my songs are funky. And you love being a diva. Yeah, and it's really fun.
I can imagine. Okay, now I have to say, for anyone out there looking to, if they have a child that might be interested in figure skating, what advice do you have for them, Erica?
Technical advice is to bend your knees. But always smile, have fun. This sport truly becomes your family. And so you're at the rink, you're training. In the summer, we're here morning, afternoon, evening. And so just the advice that goes along with that is embrace the family side of it. Embrace that you're gonna be here all day long. As you get more and more into it, but love what you do, because I can't teach that. I can teach technical side, but I can't teach the passion, and that's what I feel a lot of my skaters have, and a lot of these girls have, is just the passion for the sport.
When we were talking with Katie, she was saying Mckenna kind of got going from a birthday party. That's where you kind of started to fall for skating. Then you did a learn and skate. Erica, do you recommend for youngsters to do a learn and skate?
Yes, absolutely. Learn and skate's a great aspect of the sport because you can get out there with people that are your age and your ability, and so it's definitely a great tap your toe into the water or the ice, and getting that aspect of oh, this is something that I truly enjoy, and then from there it can take off. And these girls all do the private lessons now, but they definitely all started and learned to skate.
Oh my gosh. Okay, where do you want skating to take you? Let's start with you.
I want skating to take me to hopefully the Olympics and win a gold medal.
What about you, Olivia?
I want skating to take me to Disney on Ice and to take me to a good college.
And Mckenna?
I definitely the same with Eva. I really badly want to make it to the Olympics, but I also want to make it to Disney on Ice, and hopefully when I first get to the Olympics, if I ever do for the first time, at least make podium.
You all are obviously the same age. They seem so level-headed. Is this common, for young skaters?
I feel the coach's job is to help them reach their dreams and reach their goals, and then in addition to that, help them realize what's realistic. So I'm gonna single out Olivia here for a second. Olivia didn't say the Olympics was her goal originally. If I asked her that 3 years ago, that would have been actually. But as they get older, as they mature, they realize there's so many different aspects to be successful in the sport, not just the Olympics. So Olympics is our goal, great, awesome. But my job as a coach is to help them really achieve their goals and see what their goals are long term.
I love it. Is there anything that I haven't asked you girls that you would want to share with everyone that's seeing this?
Sure, yes. If I have a YouTube channel, so whenever
Whenever I do my videos, sometimes I'll do it on the ice, sometimes I just do it off ice. But when I do it on the ice, I want people to see it as me being a role model. And like, if they are trying to find the sport that they love, to see that video and possibly want to try doing figure skating.
Thank you for sharing that. Do you guys have YouTube channels?
I have a YouTube channel. I just hit 50 subscribers.
Way to go, you.
I have an Instagram account, and that's it.
Here I am with my lowly old, Facebook. That is it. Oh, girls, I wish you the best of luck with all the years of skating that you have. Thank you so much. We're not quite done with Erica yet. We're going to talk a little more about figure skating, where you can turn for classes, and some of the knowledge that you might need. But girls, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Experience more than 1,000 all-new handcrafted lanterns, towering creatures, magical worlds, and a North Pole village. At the center of it all, the Smashville Ice Rink. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Still sitting down with figure skating coach Erica Barlow, Team Barlow here. First off, thank you for sharing what you have so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you work with such youngsters, that's what they are. How do you keep them level-headed? Because they have big dreams, again, and it is great to have big dreams. But how do you kind of let them know that, well, that may not be where you're going?
Yeah,
how do you do
absolutely.
that?
So I think just showing them everything that there is to have. So obviously you see the skaters on TV. Those are your skaters that are your national champions. Those are going to the Olympics. But there's so much to the sport that you can be successful at without that. And so it's just showing them, like, you can be a show skater, you can be a coach, you can be, like, you can go to college and skate. I skated in college and I had the best time doing that. And when I got married, some of my bridesmaids were like college skaters. And so just showing them that all of the opportunities and avenues that you can have rather than just what you see on TV.
Share some of your background and where you first got your interest in figure skating.
So there was a rink a mile and 2/10 from my house. We used to skill walk there on a nice day. And so my mom was a skater. At one time, she's one of 6, and at one time all 6 kids skated. So I definitely grew up in a skating world. I'm from Michigan originally, so
that explains it.
The snow, the cold, all things winter. And so that's kind of where the interest started. And then from there, my parents put me on the ice because why not? My brother was a hockey player. I was a figure skater. We lived at the rink. We joked about there's probably not been many rinks in the state of Michigan that we haven't been to. And so that's kind of where it started. And then from there, I grew up skating, then decided that obviously the Olympics weren't for me and how could I be successful, kind of like we were just talking about. And so then I realized that maybe show skating was. I went to college for communication studies. And so what I actually ended up doing with Disney was the PR side of things. And so I did all the travel and all the PR for our show, our traveling show. And so that's kind of where that went. And then I worked through it with a college and then moved here in 2020.
For those in figure skating, like, where do they turn to find a coach? Especially if they're here in, we're in Tennessee. We don't always have winter, or not for that long anyways.
Hopefully.
Where do we turn? And I say winter, we have, ice rinks like we've just seen. But where do we turn? Who do we reach out to?
So we're at the Ford Ice Center with the Scott Hamilton Skating Club. And so that's definitely the number one step, is reaching out to Ford Ice Center, reaching out to the Scott Hamilton Skating Club. From there, they'll direct you to learn to skate, kind of like we talked about earlier, and getting in some classes. The classes run on a 6-week basis, and so signing up for classes, getting involved there, and then meeting the community because it's such a tight-knit, close community.
Speaking of Scott Hamilton and what he has with his club there, Mckenna, and I didn't mention this beforehand, but she skated in the Holiday Extravaganza. I remember seeing her picture up there, and the reason that she was skating for her sister Cora. What is it like to work with Scott Hamilton? Because I'm sure you guys get to see him, maybe not regularly, but often enough. What is it like to work with such a name?
It's an inspiration, honestly. Like when he comes and when he's on the ice, like it's just like that inspiration of like that's someone that I looked up to when I was younger, and like I knew that name, and so it's an inspiration. I remember the first time I started on like as a learn to skate instructor, he actually did a class with just, like the local boys, and so like it's just like he's giving back to his skating community in the way that like I hope that I can do too.
Well, you already are. You definitely are with the girls. I mean, watching you out there work and instruct, so you're definitely doing that. Any final thoughts when it comes to figure skating or any sort of activity that a youngster might love?
I definitely think my final thoughts would be like just go out and do what you love. Find something that you can enjoy, because if you enjoy it, it's not work. It's just doing something you love. So whether you're 5, 6, or all the way up to an adult, like just having the passion for it and finding people that are like-minded, like those 3 that we talked to earlier.
God, they're cute. Adorable young ladies there. Thank you for this. Thank you for sharing what you did, and kind of finishing with that. If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.